everything grows with a drop of love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. For a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail. Together on this pilgrim's trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Workbench Wednesday. We'll be simulcasting tonight on YouTube and Rumble. We do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we'll be continuing later on Rumble for the after party. So if you haven't signed up for Rumble yet, do that. Link will be in the description for the live feed for Rumble. So check that out. We'll be doing more after the stream. We also do this on Monday nights also. We have an after party. So we're going to be starting pretty soon. So we'll see you there and have fun. Good evening, everybody. We had a rocky start tonight, but we're here now. Okay, here we go. I think we got everything going now on YouTube and on Rumble. Over on Rumble, we got Gerald Stewart. He was the first one in there. And then there's Rob, and then there's Curtis, CNL Lines 1. How you doing all over there? Good to see you over here. And over here on YouTube, I put everything in the queue, but I didn't get a chance to put everything up because I was scrambling on everything. But here we go. There's Gerald Stewart. He was number 1. And Steve Moskin. I hope everything went well for Debbie, and we'll talk about her in a little bit. And there's Frank. How you doing, Frank? And Jeff, he gave me a, hey, no, not showing. C-E-I John, there we go. And then Brian Taylor Sr., he said, there we go. And Baba, big man. Good evening, Tom and everyone. And then Jeff Sykes, there we go. There's his hello right there. And Blue Streak Customs, howdy y'all. All right. So how y'all doing? And let me see if anybody else popped in here. And here's another one from Frank. He said, welcome to the internet's best source of model railroading how-tos with lots of extra stuff thrown in just for fun. You got that right. And there's Russ's Rock O Railroad. Good to see you in here, Russ. Glad you all can make it. All right. So here we go. This is Workbench Wednesday, and Debbie is doing fine. She had her outpatient surgery on Monday. Spent a long time in recovery because she was all doped up, and she finally woke up, and they got her up, and she couldn't pee, so they held her there for a while, and she's over there laughing at me. But they scoped out her bladder, and they finally let her go after talking to the doctor. And finally, after a couple of hours after being home, she went to the bathroom. Finally. Okay, and here she comes. She's going to say hi to everybody. Right there.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for praying for me. I'm doing better.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I love everybody.
And we're going to have a brownie after this, too. Yeah, we went out this morning, had breakfast, and picked up a couple of brownies, too. Did you get any answers out of her when she was loopy? I didn't take advantage of that, okay? Okay, wait a minute, that jumped on me. Easy Buds. Glad I caught the live. N scale. There you go. All right, good to see you in here. Okay, everybody saying hello. All right, that was sweet. All right. Oh, yeah, I got a kiss there. All right. She's doing well. We went out to the thrift store yesterday, and then we went out to breakfast this morning. And then when we got back home, I seen this on the front porch. And I don't know if you know what that is. That's Cologuard. That's the little thing that I got to poop into. See, Debbie's cracking up. See, that's like painting in a little paint bucket. That's like pooping in a little paint bucket. I mean, can you imagine how small that bucket is? I got to poop in that thing. So, well, at least that's better than having a colonoscopy. So, poop in a bucket. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. So, yeah, I got to throw that in the bathroom and to remind myself to poop in the bucket. and they even gave me a phone call with a recorded message on the instructions, not how to poop, but what to do with the thing. It mounts on your toilet. Yeah, I know it mounts on the toilet seat. I had one before, but it's small. The last time I filled it up, crapping in Coke bottle. There you go. All right, there you go. Or are they a sponsor? No, they're not a sponsor. No, that just showed up on my front door this morning. All right, mounts in the toilet seat. Yeah, okay. And see, E.I. John says, glad she is doing well. All right, she's doing She's doing really, really well. I have one, and Gerald says he has one on the way. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I could poop in a bucket. Yeah, Rob says, Tom, at your age, you should be very experienced in pooping. Yeah, but not in a little bucket like that. I usually fill it up. I gotta watch how I'm pooping in that thing. So enough of that poop stuff. Debbie's in the family room cracking up. Get the news. Special run Cologuard car now. Yeah, there you go. All right. Rob says this show has started to go to shit. There you go. All right. There we go. All right. So we're going to talk about a few things before we get to other stuff. Yeah, Jim's next custom car. There you go. Yeah, that would be awesome. Put this logo on it there, CG. Okay, so I got another email from Art Thompson's family, and they sent me this an updated version of their little poster to remind everybody, and I sent a reminder to Robert Sacco. Maybe he could print it out and have it at his train show. And I'm sure the people at Central Florida Model Railroad Club, or whatever their name is, will print it out and take it to D-Land, because I'm not going to be at D-Land. Can you make a video of the Cologuard? I don't think so. But anyway, it's on Wednesday, October 25th from 4 to 7 p.m. Cafe Murano, 309 Cranes Roost Boulevard, Altamonte Springs, Florida, 32701. Light refreshments will be provided. That's, I guess, water, soda, beer, and wine, from what his daughter said on the first email that she sent me. So, hope to see you there. I think Debbie and I will be going up there to celebrate his life. If you're in the area, anywhere in our Orlando area, go on up there and say hello to his family, and tell him what you think about how he made you happy on these live streams and in your video comments. So there you go, and I'll put this up there again later on. I got to put this. Can you make a video of the Cologuard? Here's the video. Here's all the video that you're going to see right here. Maybe I'll make a video of me taking it over to the UPS guy and say, "Here you go." Fan on Trains 5972. How you doing? Good to see you in here. Okay, Dennis of Otter Creek and Rio Grande is doing a memorial video tonight for Art. Oh, okay, that's really nice. All right. Glad to hear. Okie dokie. So, if you haven't done so already, you know the drill. Smash that like button, tap it gently, or do whatever you want to do with it, so YouTube and Rumble knows what to do with this live stream. The more likes, the better. All right. So smash that like button. Yeah, Rob says, get Cologuard to sponsor the show. I should. Maybe I'll call him up and ask him a few questions and say, hey, would you mind sponsoring my show? I had your poop bucket in the background. You know, I could show him how to use it or whatever. That would be all right. Okay, so let me go and thank everybody. We got a new member, a new foamer, so we'll show her name up there. And I want to thank everybody for... No, Tom. No? Why not no? Debbie Thompson is a new foamer. So let me put this up here first. Where's the new? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Debbie, for joining. Okay, and Gerald says no demo. Frank says rather see a train coming out of a tunnel. Well, I could put my when I got my my little camera, I could put it in the bottom of the toilet, and you could watch. Here we go. Wait a minute, let me get this thing out over here. I got it up here. Oh. Okay, I got my little DJI Osmo. I can mount this and take a nice little video. This action cam. We'll call it a poop cam. All right. And Rob says, welcome, Debbie. Okay, so we got that part out of the way. So let me do this. Thank all the members right here and post them up there so you could all see them. Thank you, Rob, for removing that on Rumble. You can now support me on my locals community, Tom's Train of Thought. Membership is free, and by clicking the join button, you can support me for as little as $5 per month. Link is in the description and in the chat. Thank you for your contributions during the live stream. I really appreciate it. I would also like to thank all the moderators who have helped me out in the past years. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. As you know, I got rid of Patreon last year and asked everybody to move over to locals. Some people did. Some people are sponsors on locals and on YouTube yet. And I said maybe sometime by the end of next year, I'll cut out all the memberships and stuff on YouTube. I'm still thinking about it. So, yeah, if you're on a membership over here and like to transfer over to locals, now's the time to do it because, let me see, it was October, November, December, so like 3 months, probably by the first of the year, I might get rid of, we'll see. If I can get enough people over there, I'll get rid of it. I'll get rid of it on here on YouTube because it's just a, I don't want to support YouTube. That's all there is. I don't want to give them my 30%. So, all right, I put a couple of these in the queue. So let me put this here. The seat would look like a tunnel portal, or else like Stargate. And please hold the nuts above the tunnel out of view. And there you go. All right, that's enough for that. Let me clear that out of the queue. Oh, wait a minute. Clear queue. Okay, and then view all. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's talk about some train shows before we get to the workbench stuff. I don't have the computer on over at the workbench. We're going to talk about a lot of things. And if you have any questions about working on wood kits, put it in the chat so maybe I can answer it, or if I can't answer it, maybe somebody else in here that are master modelers like Rob and Gerald and who else is in here? Steve Moskin. Maybe they could answer the questions too, because every modeler has their own way of doing things. Nothing's the wrong way. Nothing's the right way. It's what's most comfortable to, how you get used to it. So before we get to that, we'll get to this right here. Okay. And did I do that wrong? Let me do it the right way. All right, here goes the train shows. And Rob got a question already, and I'll answer it right now. Tom, have you done any hydrocal or plaster kits? I have about 4 of them on the bench over there, but I haven't done them any as yet. But they should be interesting because I've done a lot of plaster castings and hydrocal casting for the rocks on previous layouts that I really enjoyed doing. So that's going to be fun. It takes India ink a hell of a lot better than plastic. So it'll be fun. So that's all I got to say about that right now. We'll get into that a little bit more. And Gerald, I'll put yours in the queue and we'll talk about that. And C and EI John, I got your email. I'll talk about that also because that's this weekend. Okay, so Pinellas Park, October 7th, is Suncoast Model Railroad Club train show, and then the open house is in Largo on the same day, which is a few miles away. We're going to be going to that. So that's going to be fun. That's about a 2-hour drive for us. So we always like going over there. So we'll be there. And D-Land is the same day. And that's on the other coast of Florida. That's on the east coast of Florida. And that's a really good show. But unfortunately, it's the same day as Suncoast Model Railroad Club. So we're going to go to the West Coast and leave that one out. We'll probably go October, November, December. They have one in January. We'll probably go to the one in January because that's the one where they have 2 buildings open. That's their really big shoe. So we'll be going to that one. And Plant City, Florida, October 14th, and MRA, and we'll be going to that one too. They have, I think it's a 3-day event, 12th, 13th, and 14th for NMRA members, and the train show is on Saturday for everybody, for us peons that do not belong to NMRA or belong to NMRA but don't go to the NMRA events. But the bridge guy is going to be there, and I'll put a little video out of what he does. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to see what else he has, and I'll probably do another video on him, just on him, in addition to what else is in Plant City, because it's usually not. As far as I can remember, I don't think they have too many model railroads there. Any layouts? I'm trying to think of what they had last year. I can't remember if they had any, but usually they don't have it. It's all vendors. So we'll see. We'll see. But after this, I'll put out the little video of Bob Barber's, the bridge guy, and what he did, what I seen at, I think it was Bradenton last year. So, all right. So, and unfortunately, we're not going to be at, oh, wait a minute, before we get to Timonium, there's another thing at Pinellas Park, Florida, October 14th and 15th, HR Trains. That is right in front of the Performing Arts Center. It's a store. It's a hobby shop. And they have Markland LGB representative and Bachman representative there, probably on Saturday. And they have a lot of good stuff there. So we'll see if we have enough time, if we get out of Plant City early enough, and we might head on over to there, because that's just another hour away from Plant City. Plant City is about an hour and 10 minutes from us, and then Pinellas Park, hour from there. So then Timonium, Maryland, October 14th and 15th. That's the one that we wanted to go to, but can't afford to go up there. And so we'll probably go up there next March or next October. We'll figure it out. I'd like to go when it's a little bit warmer. Yeah, there you go, Curtis. He says, screw YouTube, let us understand and move on. Yeah, there you go. All right. Russ's Rocco Railroad. Okay, let's see. Put this up here. My Healthcare Kaiser Permanente. We get a kit where we stick a dauber in our poop, which goes in a sealed vial and envelope and gets sent to the lab. I remember doing that one time too. I had to poop on a tissue, and then take a little scoop of it and send it off. But I don't think the mailman liked it, because it went by USPS, and I don't think the mailman liked that. I think it got lost in the mail. I think he just threw it out. But who knows? So I think that's why Cola Garden does it now. But anyway, Timonium, it's always a good show. They have the Craftsman's Courtyard up there, which I really like. That's my weak spot. I always buy stuff from them. And they usually have a lot of Craftsman's kits up there, all the manufacturers, more than what they had at Tallahassee. They had 3 of them at Tallahassee, but they got a bunch of them up in Timonium. So maybe March or October of next year, we'll be going up to that one. And then there's Kansas City, Kansas, October 14th and 15th. I don't have a lot on that. And then Altoona, PA, October 19th and 22nd. And MRA. And that's just like they had it last year. But last year, I think it was a TCA a week after the Timonium one. So that ought to be good. But that was in York, PA. Altoona's a little bit further away. Yeah, Rob says, tell us how you really feel, Curtis. Hey, Christopher Gary, good to see you on there. And Rob says, 5:23. Okay, good to hear. All right. I like to hear that. All right, then Monroeville. Hey. Reggie Stroud, good to see you in here. Late, but I'm here. All right. And Chris Ruggeri's on both sides. Okay, there you go. Boom. Late, but I'm here. Okay. How you doing, Reggie? Good to see you. And then Monroeville, Pennsylvania, November 4th and 5th. I haven't been to one in Monroeville since probably 1983. I moved out of Pennsylvania in 1984. So, and then there's another one, Pinellas Park, November 11th, Zitnik Trains. That's another hobby shop. It's a couple of blocks away from HR Trains and Performing Arts Center. And that's like a sidewalk sale or a parking lot sale right outside the train store, which is always nice. A lot of good stuff there. We went there last November, and Debbie got a nice shelf with a rug on it. And I got something from Robert Sacco, and I think I got something else too. I can't remember. But pretty good prices, and on the outside, just vendors and modelers in the area, and you could always go inside and buy stuff in there too. So I'd like to see what they did, because they remodeled the place, and they said they got a lot of new stuff. And Frank says, DJ from DJ Trains on YouTube is usually at Monroeville shows. Yeah, I talked to him a couple of years ago about that. Yeah, he's usually there, and I think he went to, there was another one in central Pennsylvania, the N-Skill convention last year too. But yeah, he always has stuff to sell there. He bought a bunch of styrene. He's trying to unload now. I mean, he must have got a lot of it. All right, then Orlando, Florida, November 11th. That's a TCA, Train Collectors Association. And I know I said I was going to get the thing out, the paperwork that I had on it, but I didn't. Yeah. And then Pensacola, Florida, November 11th and 12th. That's way at the edge of Florida, near Mobile, Alabama. That's way far away. That's a little bit too far for us. That's about an 8-hour drive for us. So that's a long way to go. And Ken Ames Jr., B&O 51, how you doing? Glad to see you in here. All right. What's happened to Rumble? Why is there a problem with Rumble? Let's put this up here. Curtis, do you have to refresh? I don't know. Did something happen over there on Rumble, or Curtis lose it again? Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me pull up the thing that I got from John. Let me see where I can get it. Where is it at over here? I got to find it. I don't. Oh, did I? Put it over here. Let me see. No, I didn't make a copy of it. Yes, so I got to pull up my email over here. Okay, and I'll put this over here on this side. It's crooked. Let me see. I can't turn it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go over on the other side. Okay, here we go. All right, Train Show and Sale, sponsored by Crossville Model Railroad Club, October 6th and 7th. Oh, Friday and Saturday. Oak Lawn Baptist Church, 3977 US 70, Crossville, Tennessee, 38555. Featuring the Miami Valley Modular Railway and their 50 by 85 foot layout with multiple main lines. All right. Sale tables $20. To reserve your table, contact the show. Okay, with the Gmail. Okay, so ties and rails. Okay, so that's that one right there. So thank you, John, for sending me that. Okay, and then let me put up the one that Gerald. Let me get this browser out of the way because that's a different browser. And put up the one. And Gerald says Rumble looks fine. Okay, so that's Curtis. You must just have to. Okay, he's back on. He just has to refresh. And New Brunsfield Railroad Museum, New Brunsfield, Texas, October 21st and 22nd. All right, down there in Texas. I remember New Brunsfield. I went to Randolph Air Force Base a couple of times, TDY. They didn't have enough people there, so they had more people in their instrument shop than I had in the instrument shop in Del Rio, but I had to go up there for a manning assist twice to help them out, which I didn't mind because I liked it up there. So anyway, boom, there we go. Okay, so if you have any questions about wood kits, speak now, ask your question, or forever hold your peace, because we're going to go over a few things from what I do. And I get a lot of questions. This one question from a lot of different people. What glue do you use for your wood kits? Now, years ago, when I was young and stupid, and there was no internet, and there was no YouTube, and even before VCR tapes, I did some Campbell's scale models. I think one of them was the truss bridge, and another one was there was a few outbuildings that I put together, and I used Elmer's glue and wood glue back then because that's what they recommended. But as I started building more, that was the first two that I built. I can't remember which one was the first one, but both of them were around the same time. So that was many, many years ago. That's probably about 30, in the 80s. 80, 90, about 30-some years ago. I'm not going to get the calculator out, but it was in the 80s sometime, probably. That's when I did those kits. So probably about 85 or 86. So, but as I started doing more kits, I started playing around with different glues. And when I found out about Aleene's, I started using that. And now Aleene's makes a lot of different kinds. It's the tacky glue. They got the quick drying. They got the gel. They got the clear. And I don't know if they got anything else. That's 4 different ones right there. But they all work about the same. Okay, C and EI John says, our club was kicked out of our 22-year location. We think we had a new location half the size and more than double the cost. Oh my goodness, that never helps. I mean, that's pretty bad. Twice the cost and half the size. You would think some of these shopping centers, that went, where the stores went out of business and they're no longer have stores in them, that they can't rent out the space, that you'd be able to get it pretty cheap. I mean, over in the mall here in Sebring, I don't know what was on the south end of it, but it had to be a big store. I know on the one end was Sears. So it might have been J.C. Penney's or something. I'm not sure, because the signs aren't up there anymore. But they're making an indoor storage unit out of it, so it's pretty big. Campbell's was started in 1960. Leo Campbell sold it in 2004. Oh, thank you for that information, Rob. I've always loved the Campbell kits. In fact, I got one of them up here right now. Way in the back there, I got the abandoned house, but the one truss bridge, the one that I did, it didn't survive my many moves, because since the mid '80s I moved. Let me see. I moved from after I sold my house, I put everything in storage and moved into a condo in Kent Island until I got a job in North Carolina. Lived down there for a year, and then I moved up to Virginia for a year, and then I moved down to Florida. So that's it didn't survive. The only thing that's left is the ties, the base for the track. They are making our former place a storage unit. Oh man, that's hard to take. Oh man. Wow. Our Marine base in Okinawa, the Railroad Club lost our building. We had 27 scale miles of hand-laid HO track. Life sucks sometimes. Yes, it does. And when I was up in, after the one meet and greet up in Steamtown, down in, everybody went to Horseshoe Curve. And we also went to a couple of different places down in that area. And Hollidaysburg, we went to Everett. You see that in my outro after the swirly smoke. And there was the Altoona Club. They were in like an old flea market, which was an old shopping center, and every Saturday they have an open house. And the day that I was there was their last day, and I filmed it, and they let me know later on that they found a new place, because they were pretty sad that they were closing it down. They were closing down the flea market, so, and they had a spot inside that flea market where they had their model railroad club. So it's always sad to see a model railroad club go and lose the place that they have. If anyone, another guy named Campbell, it's not Campbell Soup, is it? I don't think they are doing anything with production. If anyone wants some Ed Fulaz kits, the biggest pile I've seen at one time on eBay right now, good prices to start, several by the same seller. I think I got one of his kits. Okay, you got a link. Okay, so let me open this up, put it in a new tab over here somewhere. Oh man, why does it always go to protected mode? Okay, let me put this over here. Okay, there we go. Man, that's a long link. eBay. Let's see how it looks over here on this one. Boom. Oh boy. Okay, YouTube shortened it. All right, there you go. All right, so that is $89.99. It's a 3-story house with a garage. All right. 3-story tenement apartment, HO Railroad model building kit. Yeah, I have one of his kits. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it is, but I bought it at a train show, and I haven't put it together yet. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So all right. Thank you, Rob, for putting that up there. And Easy Build says, I have the Camel curved wood bridge I assembled back in 1980. Then I saved for my first layout, going to find a spot for it on the new layout. It's awesome looking kit. Yeah, I love their kits, and I was going to, when I lived in Naples, I had an area where I wanted to put their trestle in there, and I never got a chance to do it. I just just ran out of time, and I ended up moving. I ran out of time. So that's how things go. But you can just search as Full Ash in the search box and see all of them. Okay. Thank you, Rob. All right, so I'll keep that up there. Okay. Boom. All right. Okay, so if you do Bar Mill Scale Model Works kits or Foss Scale Model Works kits, they always give you some additional information along with the drawings. Like here's something from Bar Mills. Now this thing right here, the different scales, is usually on the tongue of each box. But on the back of this, they have some useful information. Now, some of it, I don't know if it might not be useful for you, but time to travel 3 foot at scale speed. So prototype speed is 5 miles per hour, and in HO it's 36 seconds. N scale 65 seconds. O scale 19 seconds. 90 miles per hour, it takes 2 seconds. Okay. 3 foot. Okay. Okay, and it's scale conversion rating. So there's a spreadsheet in the middle of converting one scale to another scale. So if you're doing a model in one scale and want to convert it to another scale, you want to do the same thing in another scale, you got the conversion. So if you're going from S scale to HO, that's 136%. So you just multiply by 1.36, and you got it. And it has on this side over here, tree heights. So if you got a tree like that little tree over there, which is probably about 6 inches tall in HO scale, that is 42 feet. So if you got one that is 2 inches tall, that is 3 feet. And if you're in N scale and it's 3 inches tall, it's 39 feet. So useful information there on this little card. It doesn't come in every kit, but every once in a while they put that in there. And Foss scale has something similar. And these are the colors that they put on the edge of the lumber that they supply you, so you could identify the lumber. They have a HO scale right here, ruler. And what else? They have alcohol stain, how to do it, weathering chalks, casting details, doors and windows, and sponge painting for peeling paint effects. So check out the assembled one below for $265. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get that back over here. So one is, that looks like the same one. Is that the same one? Holy moly. Let's take a look at that. 3-story tenement, huge, built to, oh, this one's already assembled, isn't it? All right, so this is not a kit, this is assembled. So this, oh, you got to fix that chimney up there. It's a little crooked, huh? So that's what it looks like. With a little garage. All right, telephone pole over there. Oh. Here's other views. We got to get that thing fixed before you sell it there, buddy, huh? Yeah, it's marked as FSM. Yeah, I see that. Foss scale model does give you newspapers to scatter around, though. Yeah, in their signage and stuff like that, they'll have editions of newspapers in there. Yeah, this one's pretty well beat up, though, to look at, say that. But that's the finished one. That's a lot for the finished one, and the beat up. You're going to have to do a little bit of work on that one there, but it looks pretty good. We'll have to get the insurance company out there and check on that right there. Oh, you got to pick up that flag over there, buddy. You can't have that laying on the ground over there. All right, so $285. Oh, my goodness. What else they got there? UP structure. Okay, what else? Okay. Sawmill. Oh, here's a Sweden. Sweden. I got a bunch of Sweden kits. $35. I think the Bradenton train show, I got a bunch of them for He was selling them off for $10 a piece. So I think I picked up about 5 of them. All right. So, okay, we'll minimize that for right now and come on over here. All right, so, boom. Ken Amos Jr. calling tonight. All right. And Steve says, Bar Mills also does newspapers. All right. Very detailed diorama. Okay. Yes, it is. It looks good. All right. So, but anyway, what else do they have on this? Tools and tips. Okay. Test piece, glue, and tools. So if you have any Foscale kits, these don't come in all the kits, because I've done about 5 of the Foscale, and I think I only got one of these. I got their donkey. I got this one here. You've got a kit to build. So they don't always give you the information, but Bar Mills always gives you one of these things right here, both sides, with a lot of good information on this thing right here. A lot of good information. The Bar Mills approach to model building. And what kind of glue is best? What kind of paints do you suggest? Should I use solvent or water-based paints? Priming, what do you suggest? Okay, so let's get back to the glue. Okay, like I said, I use Aleene's. A lot of other people use a lot of other stuff. Okay, look here. They're all out of production. Doug Foscale bought some of Ed's rights. Don't know what he got for sure, but Ed told me he sold his stuff off to Doug Foscale. Told me he has some of Ed's stuff. All right, good to know. Yeah, I'll have to look back in my thing. I got one of his kits over there. So where did that thing come up? Bradford dye. Oh, right. Let's pull this over here. Put this up over here. There's the other link that Rob gave me. I'll put this over up on ScrewTube. The Die House, Bradford die, dimension 6x6, 4x6 without abutments. Okay, so. Okay, so there is a bunch of kits in here. So you could pull up a lot of different ones on here. So I'll let you do that at your leisure. Let me get back to that original one here. There we go. All right. Reggie says, I use tacky glue as well. Steve Moskin, I use Aleene's glue. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, once I found that, there's no turning back. You got to stick with it. And a lot of other modelers, like with Carolina Craftsman's kits, I think he suggests Aleene's. Mud Creek, I think he suggested something else, but I can't remember what it was. And Mind Mount Models uses something else too. But I go with Aleene's. I like it. And I suggest whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, glue is glue for wood. When I discovered Ambroid went out, I dug through the internet to get what I could find. Only use it for wood kits. All right. Good to hear. Brant Ranch said that on Rumble. Okay. I usually only see 1 to 3 of his kits on eBay and at one time, but there are 12 of them right now. Maybe many end tomorrow. All right. Good to know, Rob. I wish I had the money. That's the only problem. I don't have the money to get them. But if you got the money, go for it. I used tacky glue as well. I used it for years on scenery before I tried it with wood kits. All right. I never used it on scenery. I always used the white glue on scenery. I tried the woodland scenic stuff, but that's not really glue, like Elmer's glue. It's got something else in it, so it's completely different and it smells different. And basically, Elmer's glue is just a heavy starch. It's made out of the same stuff. I used to work in a laundry, and we had starch in 55-gallon drums. And it was just like Elmer's glue. So same thing. So if you want to press your clothes or anything like that, you could use Elmer's glue for it. It'll put a nice stiff crease in it. I used it mainly on foliage. Oh, okay, good. I used that tacky stuff, hobby tack, I think is what they call it, hobby tack. It's in a little, like a 2-ounce jar for the for some of the foliage and to put people down. If you don't want to put them down with super glue, which is a good thing. But the wood, like the woodland scenic stuff, it's not really white glue. There's something else in it, but I didn't like it. I always went back to the white glue, and for all my scenery here, I just dilute the white glue or put it down like in this area over here, unless I have a really, really big area. But when I'm doing small pieces, I'll just spread out some full strength white glue and then just start layering the stuff. Once I cover it up, then I'll hit it with spray it with alcohol, and then I'll drip some more glue on it, diluted white glue, and then put more scenery up on top of it. But we're supposed to be talking about wood kits, not scenery. I use super tacky hairspray for a light coat of foliage until I add the heavier layers on trees. Yeah, I use that too. I used the pump bottle of the I'm not sure what brand it was, but it was the pump, the unscented, and because it's got a real fine spray on it, it works better than those plastic bottles that you get where that has the spray on it. It puts out a real fine mist, so you don't get big drops of water on it. We're back on scenery. But that works well, yeah. Did I put that up there? Yeah, I put that up there. Okay. Yeah, and then once I'm finished with that, I'll fill that up with alcohol, and that's how I spray it, the alcohol on a real fine spray. And the higher, the better. I use 90 to 90. I think I got 91% now. I think it used to be 90%, 70 and 90%, but now it's 91%. And the bottles got smaller. The cheaper the better. It's like practically like spray plastic. Yeah, there you go. I've used hairspray for small trees and bushes. And yeah, that's what I do. You know, I get, one of those wash basins you get in the hospital, and I fill it up with the scenic material for when I'm doing trees. And I'll put, get the all the branches out to wherever I want it, and then put the flock stuff, not the flock, but what's that stuff called? The stuff that you put on the trees. my train of thought has left the station. And then spray it with the hairspray, and then just put it over top of the thing, and then, just go over there and drip the stuff down on there, and that's how I made my trees. It works really well. Have you built any Sierra West kits? I'm not a millionaire. No, I haven't. At one time I looked into it. Ken Amos Jr. He is working on. He has, I think, the whole thing of the lumber mill. He's working on it, or he not yet working on it, but he will on his new layout. But I looked into it, and I saw. I liked it, but never got into it because it was too expensive for me. I'm cheap. I use tape bond for all my wood building. I take a while to dry, but it's a permanent bond. I don't want my structures to ever fall apart. I've never had any problems with the structures falling apart. The only ones that did fall apart is that one trestle that I did from Campbell Scale Models, but that's because I shipped it so many times. I always had it, in the top of a box or in the top of a tote, but sometimes it would get crushed, so it just started falling apart. So I think I got all the pieces in a box. So that's the only one that I've ever had falling apart. But I've got where's my oldest wood kit? Well, it's probably in the tote somewhere. The other Campbell Scale Model kit's a wood kit. But then my first Bar Mills kit that I did was probably about 14 years ago. And it's right there, Crown Crate. And I did that with the white glue, Elmer's glue, and had no problem with it. None whatsoever. Now, every once in a while you use super glue on something, but most of the places I use the white glue or the Aleenes. When I found out about the Aleenes, I started using that. But anyway, that's I just spent a hell of a lot of time on glue. All right, another thing Bar Mills has. Russ's Rocco Railroad, I try to limit the O-scale buildings to about $50 or less. I try, but it doesn't always happen. Hey, Steve, you're building Crown Crate in O-scale right now. Yeah, good to hear. That was the first one I tackled. So it's a nice little kit there. So a lot of detail. That'd be nice to see in O-scale. So I'm not sure what kit I got this one with, but it doesn't come in all of Bar Mills. This small one here usually comes in all the Bar Mills kits. And usually this thing here, most of them. But this thing, and I'm not sure which one this came in. An instructional supplement to your kit. Text and photos by Jack Ellis. All kinds of roofing materials, all kinds of approaches. A look at slate, asphalt, and 3-inch tab shingles. So coloring, wood shakes. A lot of good information on there. And usually on any other like laser art or Blair line or stuff like that, the cheaper kits, you don't get a lot of instructions on there. Mark Saunders, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Glad you can make it. Got a break and turned on YouTube. All right, there you go. All right. And Rob says, I use Elmer's wood glue and tacky glue on some things. And Curtis says, weld bond is what it tells you to use. Oh, it does? Weld bond. Oh, my goodness. Wood shakes, coloring wood shakes, tar paper, metal roofs. So a lot of good information on there. But it's running later than I thought. I'm going to cut this off on, I told Debbie I was only going to be an hour tonight. I'm going to cut this off on YouTube and continue on Rumble for just a little bit. So I want to thank you all for coming in. I'll do it a little bit longer on next Monday. I'm still trying to keep an eye on Debbie, because she's still hurting in her midsection, so I gotta take care of her. So I'm going to cut this short right now. We're going to get some swirly smoke. I want to thank everybody for stopping in, and I'm going to continue on Rumble for maybe 15 minutes, and that's going to be it. So thank you all for stopping in, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you again on Monday, and if you're sticking around on Rumble, I'll see you over there. So bye-bye. Engineer,
where are you headed? Carry me back.
All right. Yeah, see you on Saturday. Yes.
Oh, I got a little girl.
Debbie and I will be there at both places.
Promised that she'd marry Mr. Can we leave their seat? I'll shovel coal, Lord, to pay my fare. Gotta get this train down to the station. My little girl waiting for me. Well, the night is dark and Lord, it's cloudy. I've been traveling this lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Won't that low train carry me back?
Here come the swirly smoke.
Well, they left Columbus around 7. Oh, Lord, they hit Louisville about 9. And poor boy's heart started overheating. Sending all of his love on.
Yeah, this portion of the video is Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, right outside of Altoona. This is Everett Railroad.
My one true love waiting there to see. Well, that long old train back. Traveling on that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see me. For that long old train, won't you carry me? Oh,
Train, won't you carry me home? Whoa, whoa. Good night, everybody. We'll see you again on Monday, and we'll see you over there on Rumble in a few minutes. And once I put the Rumble intro in over there and cut things off over here. All right, so let me get this out of the way here.